Erling Haaland scores a goal roughly every 45 minutes of professional football. He earns around $375,000 a week at Manchester City. By almost every metric, he is the most ruthlessly efficient striker on the planet. And yet, Kylian Mbappé is worth more than twice as much. How? Haaland scores more. Haaland might even be the better player right now. But wealth isn't built on goals, it's built on decisions. And Mbappé has been making the right ones since he was a teenager. Welcome to Athletic Interest and the financial masterclass hiding behind Kylian Mbappé's smile. To understand this properly, you need to understand how modern footballers actually build wealth. Same as Ronaldo, same as every top athlete, it comes down to three pillars: career earnings, sponsorships, and their own empire. Most players let their agents handle the first one, chase the second one, and never bother with the third. Mbappé treats all three like a game he refuses to lose. Let's start with the first pillar, and the number that explains everything. In 2022, Mbappé was about to become the most coveted free agent in football history. Real Madrid had already tabled an offer. The deal looked done. Then PSG made a counteroffer so absurd that people genuinely questioned if it was real. Reportedly, a $180 million signing bonus, a $72 million loyalty bonus, and a salary of $6 million per month. The French Senate launched an investigation. That's not a metaphor. The actual French government got involved. But here's what most people missed in the chaos. Buried inside that contract was a clause that, quietly, was worth more than any of those headline numbers. Mbappé kept 100% of his own image rights. In football, that almost never happens. Clubs typically own a significant portion, sometimes the majority, of a player's commercial image. It's how they sell jerseys, land sponsorship deals, and leverage the player's face without the player seeing a cent. Mbappé's team negotiated something almost unheard of. PSG got the footballer. Mbappé kept the brand. Now let's talk about Haaland, because Haaland isn't poor, not even close. Since joining Manchester City in 2022, he has been among the highest paid players in the Premier League. His salary alone puts him in a tax bracket most people can't imagine. The problem is exactly that, the tax bracket. The UK government takes up to 45% in income tax. Add national insurance and Haaland is handing back nearly half of every paycheck to HMRC before he's bought a single thing. Over a 5-year contract, that's hundreds of millions of pounds. Gone. Not invested, not compounded, gone. Mbappé, meanwhile, made his move to Real Madrid on a free transfer. The geography of where you play isn't just a football decision. For players at this level, it's a tax strategy. But the real gap isn't in salaries. It's in what happens off the pitch. This is the second pillar, sponsorships. And here, Mbappé doesn't just outperform Haaland, he operates in a completely different league. Nike signed Mbappé when he was still a teenager. The deal has reportedly been renegotiated and extended multiple times since, now reportedly worth over $100 million across its lifetime. Not per year, but still. For context, that's a number most Premier League clubs can't spend in a transfer window. Haaland has endorsements too, Puma, Hyperis, others. Solid deals, well negotiated. But the cultural weight behind Mbappé is different. He became the face of a World Cup at 19. He outscored every other player at the 2022 final, in a losing team. He plays at the club that markets itself most aggressively to a global audience. There's a reason brands queue for Mbappé the way fans queue for his autograph. At one point in 2023, Mbappé was estimated to generate more value on Instagram per post than almost any athlete outside of Ronaldo and LeBron. Haaland is beloved. Mbappé is global. Mbappé didn't just become famous, he started building things. He's an investor in multiple tech startups, including a stake in DAZN, the sports streaming platform that's reshaping how football is watched globally. He has skin in the esports world. He has fashion connections that blur the line between athlete and cultural icon. More importantly, and this circles back to those image rights, Mbappé is positioning himself as a brand that happens to play football, rather than a footballer who happens to have a brand. That's a completely different business model, and it's the same logic that took Ronaldo from very rich to billionaire. Mbappé's mother, Faiza Lamari, has been his agent and strategic advisor for years. She's the one who pushed for the image rights clause. She's the one who held off Real Madrid twice until the terms were exactly right. That's not just a parent helping out, that's a wealth management operation. So where do the numbers actually land? Haaland's net worth is estimated at somewhere between $100 and $150 million, significant and still growing. He's 24. There's time. Mbappé is estimated at somewhere between $300 and $400 million, depending on who's counting and how much of that PSG deal made it through the legal disputes that followed. The gap isn't just the numbers, it's the trajectory. Haaland's wealth is largely tied to his playing career. When he stops scoring, the sponsorships will adjust, the salary goes away, and what's left is what he built. Mbappé has structured himself so the brand outlasts the boots. The image rights, the investments, the cultural capital, those don't retire when his legs do. Jordan didn't become the richest athlete in history because of his jump shot. He became the richest because he turned the jump shot into something bigger than basketball. Mbappé, it seems, has read that chapter carefully. If you want to see how Ronaldo took that same logic all the way to $1 billion, that video is right here. And if you're new, welcome. Subscribe. We do this every week.